You thought the Champions Trophy was done and dusted. India beat New Zealand. The final took place in the UAE, despite Pakistan being the primary host. And with that, an event that was supposed to get all the attention to Pakistan as ICC hosts again after such a long gap, did only just the opposite. But what it definitely managed to do was raise many questions over Pakistan's hosting abilities. In fact, how there are more reports coming out owing to some investigations on the level of mismanagement that Pakistan indulged in while getting their country ready for a mega event. Of course, trouble began as soon as ICC granted the Champions Trophy rights to Pakistan, because with every passing day, the focus kept shifting back to what PCB was doing to tackle it all. First, of course, the feud with India over a hybrid Champions Trophy setup. Then the delayed completion of stadium renovations, which upset the ICC and put the broadcasters in a bit of a limbo. It only went worse when the tournament actually began. Lack of crowd turnout, even for the home side's matches, was a bit of a despair. Improper facilities, leading to washouts of some of the key matches, and the home side crashing out in the group stages. All of it pointing to a bit of a disaster Pakistan cricket went on to experience. And the latest, of course, is claims of negligence from the management's end during the preparations of the Champions Trophy. A local journalist has come out on national television making accusations against the PCB and authorities involved.
I learned something very strange yesterday. Fertilizers were needed for maintenance of Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium, so budget and expenses for it was sent to the PCB. But it just stayed hidden in some file. The curator sold his personal motorbike to arrange fertilizers for the stadium.
If a curator is selling his personal belongings for an ICC tournament, then what is the Pakistan board that's actually supposed to take care of all the funding really doing? Sure, the Champions Trophy didn't turn out to be exactly how Pakistan expected it to. Fans, of course, not showing up really didn't help. The home side getting knocked out in the group stage only meant the tournament lost its charm. Despite all of this, Pakistan Cricket Board came out claiming that hosting the Champions Trophy actually made them earn around $10 million US, exceeding its target of $5 million US. So clearly, in PCB's eyes, there were no budget overruns. Then why was the curator not given proper funding for a task as small yet important as maintaining the pitches? All this, of course, shows is how invested the curators and other members were in bringing an ICC event back to their country and making it work, more than their own cricket board, apparently. Before the tournament began, PCB chief Mohsin Naqvi had said that this wasn't just a cricket event. It was going to be a chance for the world to see Pakistan hosting a marquee tournament, showcasing their country. The latest incident surely isn't the kind of publicity the board really needs, and that too now. And this case of carelessness isn't an isolated one. It seems to be a regular practice in the country's cricketing structure.
The budget received by PCB for the Champions Trophy 2025, there was no proper paperwork done on it. They just put their work on each other. No work is being done for the management of pitches for domestic matches.
This reflects a vacuum that players seem to be functioning in, trying to win matches when they just don't have the backing and a proper plan in place. If the domestic structure is in shambles, if the players aren't groomed for international matches, then how will they perform when it comes to the big stage, the big moments? It is just like how they treated their first ever Olympic individual gold medalist, javelin thrower Arshad Nadeem. He wasn't provided proper gears or funding before the Paris Games. When he won the gold, the country made a beeline to him to award and reward him. Maybe the cricket board is no different. They expect their side to do wonders, but when it comes to actually backing their local talents, their players, they aren't keen on doing that, and there is no vision whatsoever in that. But the question is, if the ground level work isn't there, how do they even expect the new faces to take charge? And it is, once again, PCB chief Naqvi who's coming under the scanner. Has some serious questions to answer, especially now when at this juncture he's taken up the additional responsibilities as the ACC chief, Asian Cricket Council. That's massive. For long, the PCB has pointed fingers at their players for all the doom and gloom that has hung over Pakistan cricket for the last 2 years now. They've blamed coaches and the management for their lackluster show, series after series, tournament after tournament. But if the board itself is flawed, the system in tatters, then how will the cricket and the cricketers prosper?
greeting you with aloha and namaste.
No, I love India.
Presence, occupation of a territory by another country pertains to India, what we saw in Kashmir.
How do you see Trump's America?
Yes, the current administration behaves differently from the previous administration.
Are you saying that there are foreign powers who are trying to bring down the current government in Syria?
Exactly.
Iran, maybe Russia too.
Prime Minister Modi committed to South-South, cooperation.
Not over 50%.
Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.